were all hoping to get new MacBook Pros this year with the M5 chip, but you've got some bad news.
Potentially bad news if the rumors are correct. That's right. Newsflash, it now sounds like the M5 MacBook Pro might not be coming out this fall at all. So let's see. Apple has been planning to release new 14-inch and 16-inch MacBook Pros, codenamed J714 and J716, later this year with M5 chips, Bloomberg reported on Thursday. But Apple is now internally targeting a launch early next year. Bloomberg sources apparently did not give a reason for the potential delay, but it doesn't seem to be related to the M5 processor, given that an M5 powered iPad Pro is allegedly still on track to launch this fall, replacing the M4 version from spring 2024. So a redesign is reportedly coming for the MacBook line, but not until the M6 version, which is currently expected in late 2026. I guess as soon as I heard the story, what I thought is, I hope they're delaying the launch of the M5s because we're getting some redesign. But it doesn't sound like that's the case. The redesign is potentially not coming for another year anyway, so it's not immediately apparent what this delay is about. And this is a rumor, so we don't know if it is a delay. Yeah, and even if it's not really a delay, because Apple never said they were coming out in September anyway. But I guess
Right.
this is kind of like, this is just us in the blogosphere. Like, oh my gosh, Apple's not releasing them in September. Well, they never said they were going to,
Well, the iPad Pro only gets the base M5 chip, but the MacBook Pros get the M5, M5 Pro, and M5 Max. So it could be a delay on those bigger chips that's pushing things down.
That sounds like the most likely explanation, especially if there's no redesign coming. I mean, what other components could possibly be constraining the supply? But anyway, go ahead. Tell us what is coming next year.
As for the M4 iPad Air, Bloomberg reports that the updates will land in March or April next year. A refreshed $350 base iPad with a faster processor will be launching alongside it. So updates to all three iPads within the next 12 months. Both tablets will get a minor spec bump, no major design changes, but they're pretty good design, so I don't think anybody's upset about that. Apple also plans to launch the iPhone 17e, so this is apparently now going to get annual updates. It'll look similar to the 16e, but will include the A19 processor to match this year's iPhone 17 line, according to the report. And they're going to adopt a yearly refresh cycle with that going forward, so that's good. I think everybody's hoping, like, will the 17e get MagSafe? I think that'll be the big question.
Right, that was the big thing missing, wasn't it, from the 16e? And of course, it's one of the best features you can get on a phone. So it's a big thing missing. If they did do that, though, I mean, then what would stop you? Wouldn't it cannibalize the regular iPhone lineup? Because the difference is it's got the same processor, it's got MagSafe, it looks more or less the same.
I don't think that would be a big thing stopping them now, because you could still buy a 16e and just put it in a case that has MagSafe on it.
Or you can stick stickers on it.
I don't think Apple's worried about cannibalizing sales as long as they're being cannibalized by Apple.
Right.
They just want you to buy an iPhone no matter what.
Yeah, that's always been their philosophy, yeah.
Apple has such a checkered history with the low-cost iPhone. It has never nailed it. And they definitely haven't been really... I mean, they've released, 3 now that have been 18 months apart or something like that? So they've never been able to hit that yearly cadence, which seems kind of crazy. That they haven't managed to do that. So it's kind of welcome, I think, for price-sensitive customers. And I love Apple's low-end stuff. Like, all the budget stuff, I think, has gotten really, really good lately. The budget iPad is phenomenal. I mean, that's about as much iPad as I personally need from an iPad. And it has all the modern features now. USB-C, a full-screen design, no horrible home button anymore. And it's plenty snappy enough, for the kind of media consumption that I use an iPad for. I think it's absolutely and the price is crazy. You could pick it up for like it's now priced at what was the price at $350, but you can usually get it for about $300, can't you? And recently went down to $279, I think, or something like that. So I think it's a bargain. And
I genuinely loved the 16e. Like when I had it, I felt genuinely sad when I went back to my 16 Pro, because like you need to go to an Apple store and hold one in your hands, and you'll just be like, oh my gosh, this phone is so light. The lightweight is just incredible. Wow. Here's a big surprise though. Apple supposedly plans to launch a new Studio display early next year as well. So they released a Studio display and they haven't revised it, I think, since 2021 or 2022. And of course, all of these, third-party display makers have now caught up to it. So you can buy like a 5K 27-inch display with virtually the same screen panel for like half the price
Right.
now. $1,000, $800. I mean, I'm looking at one right now. I have the ViewSonic display, which actually surpasses it. It has a 75 hertz refresh rate of over 60. But it's a big problem because like a lot of these people have these nice MacBook Pros with these fancy like liquid Retina XDR super turbo displays that Apple keeps throwing on more adjectives on it, but the MacBook Pro displays are so excellent. And then you plug it into a studio display and you're looking at a worse display
Yeah.
that's just bigger. So I think they have some room to improve that, like moving it to mini LED.
This is very much a confirming rumor because this has been on the rumor radar for a while now, the studio display. Like I got a new office and a new desk at the beginning of this year, and I wanted to get a studio display for my new desk. And because I'm an Apple fanboy, it had to be a studio display. I didn't want one of these third-party ones. And it just, because the rumors are that there is this new one coming, then I've been holding out. I will admit, contrary to my advice last week of buy it when you need it, I have been holding out.
Yeah.
Because I'm a hypocrite.
Right.
So I've been holding out for the new studio display. What I did do was I thought, well, I wonder if I can buy a cheap secondhand one. And I would, if I found one at a good price secondhand, I would buy that.
Is there a market?
But I haven't.
Are there any other? Is there a market for them? Are there? Do people?
Not
offload
really.
them?
When I was looking on the secondhand sites that we have in Spain, there were people like selling them for more than Apple sells them for. So no, I so far I haven't found any good deals there. I would be up for a secondhand bargain there, but I haven't seen any. So I'm excited about this. I'm looking forward to have a gigantic display. I do a lot of work in Adobe Premiere Pro, and I have it all on my laptop screen. And having all of those windows all jammed in together, it's hard. And stuff like After Effects as well. To have a gigantic studio display would make my life so much easier. And so, I can't wait for that.
We have still more. Apple is working on a MacBook Air refresh, likely with the M5 chip that'll also be launching in the first half of next year. And not to forget, Apple's long-rumored smart home device hub. Maybe it's a HomePod. Maybe it's just a smart display. Maybe it's a new thing. Who knows what it is?
Maybe
That's
it's
still
a
in the pipeline,
robot
too.
arm.
Yeah, robotic arm. But it'll only launch once the new Siri makes its public debut, so that'll probably still be in the can until 2028.
If not longer. My goodness me. Yeah.
I thought this was interesting. Mark Gurman makes no mention of the rumored low-cost A18 Pro powered MacBook that other sources are saying is coming this fall or sometime soon. Mark Gurman doesn't mention it at all, so that's curious.
What is going on? Yeah, I mean that one was going to be like $600, wasn't it? And that was a big deal. I mean, potentially a big deal. Another low cost, entry level product. It sounds really pretty good.
My guess for that, I've thought more about the price, and considering that they have the M1 Walmart MacBook Air at what $650. They have and then on the other end they have the entry level M4 MacBook Air at $1,000. I'm thinking this new computer is probably going to be $800 full price from Apple, and in the education store, $750. So a $100 price increase over the M1 MacBook Air, but it is a new model, and they'll be able to say, oh, well, this is new. It'll probably have more memory than the M1 MacBook Air that they sell through
Right.
Walmart, because that's still only at 8
Yeah,
gigabytes.
which is too little.
Yeah.
Too little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
I'm thinking a strong $750 in the education store and $800 at apple.com,
good theory. Sounds right.
which is $200 more than what everybody's speculating, which is how you know it's probably going to be true.
Right, yeah. I like the logic there.
Yeah, Apple doesn't do cheap. They do value, but they don't do cheap.
And it'll still be a good value. Like the single core performance on the A18 Pro is faster than the M1 by a significant margin.
Wow.
It'll still be a faster computer in a lot of
Wow,
respects.
crazy.
But
Yeah. Well, value is for sure. I mean, everything is top notch. The silicone, the industrial design. They finally got nailed things like the keyboards and the trackpads are wonderful. I mean, they're just really, really beautiful machines. I've got an M2 MacBook Air, and it's just unbelievably gorgeous. Can't believe how lovely it is.